Hi, folks. This is Guru Mayer, and I'm bringing you the sixth of this six-part series, this Google Hangout series, Happy Solutions to Problem Emotions. So if you followed the series, you've been through a process, and if you haven't, I hope after this you'll be encouraged to go to it and see the other videos, because I've led you through a very simple introduction. We're going to have a total of 6 videos that are only about 12 minutes long, so you got about an hour total of concepts and practices using the senses of the soul method that will help you deal with your emotions in a really positive way. So my mission is that everyone has the ability, already has the ability, but will find the ability to, whenever they're not feeling well, not feeling good internally, emotionally, mentally. So when you're feeling bad, that you know how to know what you're feeling, why you're feeling, what caused you to feel that way, and what it's trying to do for you. Know what to do to feel better, 1, 2, 3. And fourth, we did last week, do that thing. If it's an actionable item, that you take care of it. And that's going to mean that you're going to feel better. If you do those 4 steps, you feel better. So emotions aren't stupid, aren't meant to harangue and harass you. They've got a purpose, and when you help them achieve that purpose, which you have to cooperate with to do, and do consciously, then the purpose of that emotion is complete, and it's resolved, and it goes away. So that's what we're trying to do. If you can't yet do that, please practice, and that's today's topic. So if we've done these 4 steps, learn how to feel safely what you're feeling, know what you're feeling, understand why, know what to do about it, and do that thing. Then the next step is just to practice. So anything that you've ever done and gotten good at, anything worthwhile, you've spent some time practicing it, getting skill at it, and developing it. So I want to advocate today a regular daily practice that you, and maybe it's not daily, it's as often as possible, but I've gotten lots of good feedback of people doing just this, few-minute exercise on this 10-minute video and getting a really good experience, really good result. And if that doesn't happen to you the first time, try a little more. But even if you've got this good experience, this clarity, that's just one time. That's like if you, I don't know, go bowling and knock down a lot of pins. That feels good, but if you're going to want to do that regularly, consistently, whenever you want to, you're going to have to develop the skills. And so I want you to think about how you can practice this regularly. So one simple way is, first you've got to make time. You've got to make it a priority. You've got to think that this is worth my time instead of doing something else. And it'll be a natural carrot, an incentive, if at the end of your practice you feel better. In every Kundalini Yoga class, we work hard, we breathe, and then we relax. And at the end, it's like the paycheck at the end of your work week. If you worked hard and you've done a good job, that's satisfying, but getting the paycheck. So the payoff will encourage you. When you put in the time and get a good experience, you're going to be motivated naturally to do it some more. And then you've got to find out, well, so when will I fit this into my schedule? When can I do it? Well, great time is morning before your commitments begin. That's the only time that I find that I can consistently do it. Before I start my day, I get up and meditate and practice. So that's a good way. Some people like it at the evening before you go to bed if you're not too tired, to sit and calm yourself down. Use some of these breathing exercises. So you're going to have to find a time. Schedule it in for yourself. Like if you go to the gym, I'm sure you have to put it on your calendar and know when you're going to go and that kind of thing. So it's the same thing. We're working on emotional fitness here, so just like scheduling time, to go to the gym, you're going to need to do these inner workouts, okay? The other thing is a structure. So a gym gives you a structure, and you might even have a personal trainer, or you'll have other people doing it. So there are many ways you can get that kind of support. One is to have a buddy. Some people meet others in this sense of the soul community. I do offer a coaching group and one-on-one coaching, so you have a personal trainer that you can go to and get regular schedule and encouragement. I have many courses, video courses that you can do, and you're still going to have to make the time to push play and sit down and do it. But those are 1-hour modules. The audio courses have, you can just do one exercise at a time, so that's 11 to 31 minutes. Easy, free, and simple is this series of 6 Hangouts. They're on YouTube, and you can see them 1 through 6, and just do them. That's only 10, 12 minutes a day. Just listen to the concepts, let me walk you through it, or fast forward to the where the meditation begins if you've heard the concepts well enough. So support from other people. Let people know you're doing this work. Do it with other people. Getting coaching, getting help, getting more information, either live or from a recording. Let the people in your life that are close to you, let them know what you're doing, and just so you can talk to them about it. And it's really good, though, to get somebody that's doing similar work or has a similar level of sensitivity as you do. All right, so the goal to have emotional fitness, to have safety and comfort with your emotions, to have emotional skills, it's within the reach of every human being. And I want to tell you, in my own journey and with many people I've worked with, I can see the path of development, the personal strength that comes out of it. It's really time that will be so well invested that it'll give you dividends your whole life. I want to read a quote that I hope will motivate you here from my teacher, Yogi Bhajan. Sometimes we operate under the misconception that we can control the circumstances of the outside world. Okay, so this is an issue of learning to know what you can control and what you can't. What we can do is control our inside worlds. That is a gift that's given to us, and that is where we must start. So you see, stress isn't really what's happening out there. You think, well, I got all this and that going on. Stress is your response to that, how you respond to what's coming at you. And for that, you need the emotions and you need emotional skills. So if you can just learn the difference between not trying to change people and things out there, but doing what you can to change what you can, and then learning to accept what you can. Well, you probably know the Serenity Prayer, but it bears repeating again. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Okay, so what you can change is how you respond, how you understand emotions and work with them and deal with them, so that there's a positive outcome and that they don't stick around harassing you, trying to get you to take action. All right? Now, while we're on quotes today, and these were in my newsletter this week, which I hope you'll join, sensesofthesoul.com. This is again from my teacher, Yogi Bhajan. Working by your heart. Working by your heart. Sounds good, right? It means using your feelings and emotions, using them, to lead you to your spiritual sense of existence. I hope you'll meditate on that. What is your spiritual sense of existence? Spirit represents everything about you that's vast, that's unlimited, that's not small and weak and helpless. It's the unlimited part of yourself. So to lead you to that sense of existence. So when things in your life seem big and they're pressing down on you and you feel small and overwhelmed, that's not the whole picture. We want to expand beyond that and live in our spiritual, our expanded sense of our existence. So that's beautiful. Letting your emotions and feelings lead you, guide you to your vastness, to your peace and happiness. So I did a workshop last weekend, and just to give you another example of how one can control their inner world. And I'm just giving this all as carrots. You can have all this, but you're going to have to do some practice. So that's our theme today, that emotional wellness is available to you, but you're going to have to practice it. So this woman was in my workshop. We did a short meditation, just like what we've done here in this series. And afterwards, I asked her if anybody wanted to share what happened. So we just breathed. We went in. I gave a little prompting, a little guidance to help people ask their questions of their emotions. And this particular exercise was to look into past trauma, things that were bothering you either now or in the past, or things that happened in the past. So what this woman said, it was so beautiful. She said, well, when I went inside and did step one, which is let myself feel, I felt a lot of sadness. And it was because, and I went to the source. What is the source of that sadness? And it's that my grandmother died. So as we know, grief and sadness help us deal with change and let go and become whole even when something is missing. So that was appropriate. But then she said, all of a sudden out of nowhere, I got this memory of being in the crib when I was tiny. And I felt lonely and abandoned and afraid, and I felt unloved. So this was the deeper source of her feelings, sadness now, and then there was a deeper source of sadness. And then, this is all just what she reported to me in a 6-minute meditation. She said, then I realized when I looked to solution, I further realized that all my life, in all my relationships, since that crib event, I have felt unloved and undeserving of love. Even I've been in relationships, and then they fall apart because I don't feel loved, so I get out of there. And this is her saying, and I realized that since that day, I just felt I was unlovable. And then the dots connected, and she realized, my grandmother's the only person that I ever felt really loved by, and now she's gone. Now, if this sounds like a sad story, I mean, it's been a sad story. But when this woman's telling it, she's just bright and strong and smiling and going to put all this together. And she's just getting it from her emotions by being willing to sit down and spend some time working with, listening to her emotions in an empowered way. And that's not the end of it. And there was, of course, anger in there when she had felt unloved and everything. So this was part of our meditation. This meditation's in all my trainings, in the book, and it's on the chapter on healing trauma. So she said, I went back, me today, I imagined I was going back to the crib and giving myself the love that I didn't get then. And it felt so good. So she was able to heal herself. She was able to give herself now what she couldn't get in the past. She was too small. She didn't even know what was going on or what to say, or couldn't even talk. Then, of course, the realization came full circle. When I feel unloved, I can give myself that love. Now, and I said to her, after she told this story, she was so happy. And I said, now, this is a great realization, but it's not going to change everything overnight. It opens a door, but you're going to have to walk through and hang out in that room where that door opened. And that means obey what you heard from your own intuition, your own soul. Give yourself love regularly. Do it a lot. Do it well until you get so used to it. It's such a habit. You feel loved all the time. Then I said to her, imagine the next relationship. You going into a relationship. Take one was you go in feeling unloved, unlovable, expecting you're not going to get love, but trying your best, and then sooner or later it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Take two, now she goes into a relationship already feeling loved because she's loved and deserving of love. It's going to take a little work to reprogram that. Then she goes into a relationship feeling deserving of it, already used to feeling loved, so when she's getting love, it's not going to feel weird and she's going to be able to receive it. and she's also not fighting with that person every moment they're either seeming like they're loving or not. I mean, nobody's 24/7 feeling nice and loving. Some people have a bad day, right? So that's going to change everything for her. All right, so that's a story. I hope it motivates you. She just practiced. And this was in a workshop, but if she's going to fulfill that, she's going to practice more and more. All right, so that's the conclusion of this series that I hope you'll practice all of them over and over again until you have this knowledge, that you have your own happy solutions to problem emotions. So come see me at sensesofsoul.com, and you can engage with things that I'm doing, or just let me hear from you. And I hope you feel better. Take care.